welcome back to Sofa Sessions with, and today we are joined by Mitch from Singing Demos for episode 2. Now, Mitch is going to explain the process of getting a vocal reel or voice reel with Singing Demos, and we're just basically going to have a little bit of a chat about the whole vocal reel, voice reel concepts and what to expect if you're going into the Singing Demos recording studio. So we've got a few questions. We're going to have a chat with Mitch and find out a little bit more. Hi Mitch, how you doing?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right, thank you. Do you want to start off by telling us a little bit about you, a little bit about Singing Demos, the background and everything?
Yeah, of course. So I went to Italia Conti. I actually went from year 8, so I was one of those like stage school kids. I went from year 8 and then I stayed there right up until 3rd year. So I was actually at Italia Conti for 8 years, up and down. I don't know if anyone's ever been there, if you've ever been there, but it's like a huge office block basically. So it's like 9 floors up and down stairs all day long. So
yeah,
I was there.
I'm a Conti kid as well. I had no idea.
What? Barbican?
Yeah.
No way.
I didn't go to the school. I just went to the college. But yeah, clearly we've not had this conversation.
How funny. We're both just there, oh yeah, but we just haven't chatted about it. Yes, so went to Italia Conti, loved it, had a really good time. And then as soon as I graduated, I went away and did a P&O cruise. So I went on Ventura for a year, loved it, best time of my life. I'd recommend it to any grad. I just think you go and it's one of those moments where you're just young, like you have no worries or commitments or anything like that. Going away and you get to travel, get paid to travel, plus learn so much in your first like couple of years out of college in terms of like picking up choreography quickly, like learning 7 shows in 7 weeks, like was just absolute mental one for me. But I learned so much from it. And then I came back and then I ended up doing more like dance stuff, really like commercial stuff. And then I set up Singing Demos as soon as I came off the ship, really. So 2012. So it's literally been going for like 9 years now, and it's kind of grown from there. So I started it as a home studio and then just kind of built up over the years. And now I've got a studio in Greenwich, which is great. And I love it. Like, it's great. It's one of those things that I guess back in 2012 wasn't really a big thing, like to go and get a vocal reel. Like, yeah, we were just starting to kind of have them. But I guess now it's like kind of the norm to have a headshot and a reel and kind of other show reel footage, because I guess there's so much competition these days. You need as much as you can to get yourself out there, get yourself heard by agents, get yourself heard by casting directors. That I think having footage on your spotlight profile just makes you stand out, especially being a grad. Like if you've just got like your CV on there, like you want to get yourself heard and shown straight away to people. So I guess that's why it's kind of the norm now to have that stuff. And I guess they're asking for it as well, which is why people are getting them.
Yeah, absolutely. In the last 9 years, what's been a highlight for you in the Singing Demos journey?
I guess there hasn't been a specific highlight, but I guess looking back over the years, it's kind of been a gradual process from going from like just having a little setup in my mum and dad's house, which is what it was, to then kind of building slowly to having like a home studio when I got my own place. And then from there, then going up and then having a studio in Greenwich. I guess it's now looking back over the years as to how much it has grown. Yeah. And like there's like little steps along the way. Like now we also do the video reels as well. And it used to just be audio. Like when I first started, it wasn't even a vocal reel. It was just singing tracks. So like people came and just recorded like 4 songs, because vocal reels they just weren't a thing. Yeah. So it's like come and record 4 songs, whereas now it's like you need the reel to show your different genres, your different cast abilities. And then I guess seeing how that's grown over the years to now being a full vocal reel and a video reel, all in like this really cool studio. And then it's also little things like as your own business. I think looking back at like your old logo, like your first logo, I look back and I'm like, oh, that was an awful like red, white, grey logo, and now it's like completely like it's just all changed completely, and it's just nice looking back over the past 9 years and seeing how much it has changed over those years, I guess.
Yeah, it's awesome to see how much it's grown. I think I'm trying to think when I first came in. I think that may have been when it was at your mum and dad's house potentially. It was I think it was near the beginning. because I think I recorded like 4 full songs. I mean, we're talking nearly 10 years ago, so I can't remember that well.
Even now, I think like as if I did that at my mum and dad's house. Like I just wouldn't. It's just because obviously it's great. It's grown over the years. Like I guess that's how like any kind of business starts, right? Like
absolutely.
Like you hear about Apple started in Steve Jobs' garage or something.
Literally.
So that's, I guess that's what I love the most about it, seeing how it's grown over the years.
The journey and stuff. So you'll be celebrating 10 years next year.
Yes. Yeah. It's crazy.
Cool. Awesome. And now this is like your full-time gig.
Yeah, completely. Yeah. I mean, especially at the moment, it's just crazy. This time of year is always mental for me because it's kind of like grad season, I guess, and everyone's out wanting to get the agents. I guess this year even more so because we've had a lockdown, which has then kept sessions backlog from Christmas period. Now, so in those, plus all the grads coming through. So yeah, crazy busy at the moment. But I love it. Like I wouldn't change it for the world. I just think what's so nice about it is that every single person that comes in is different. And yes, it's the same kind of setup, session by session, but it's not, because everyone's different. So you have a completely different session with every person. And then also everyone's obviously bringing different songs. So it's not like you're listening to the same song over and over and over again. It's like, it's just great.
Yeah, I guess it's refreshing as well. Even if you do hear the same song, everyone sings it and performs it totally differently. So
yeah, and I guess one of the main things I love is how like it's a nerve-wracking experience. I totally get that. I mean, even like when you go and get your headshots, the first few pictures are like awkward, right? The zone, like, and I guess it's the same thing when people come to record their vocal reels, like that. They're like that nervous energy about what, and I completely get it because you want it to be amazing. Like you're paying the money to come and get it. You want to walk away really, really happy with it. And I guess what I love the most is seeing how people like develop over that first like 20 minutes, like getting that nervous energy out. And then I always try and have a bit of a laugh with people just to like get the nerves out the window, and then they feel more comfortable with like singing in front of me, I guess. But yeah, I love it.
I think as well, like it's not something that you learn at drama school. Like you don't learn recording studio technique. It's not something you ever work on. So I think when you do get in a recording studio and all of a sudden you've got a microphone really close and it's like a whole new environment, isn't it, if you've never been in it?
Completely. And also like hearing yourself back through the headphone, that's also different. And so I try and always like let people have a good sing like in that setup before they kind of get into the recording of it. Like, so you can really like get used to it, hearing yourself sing, especially like some of my early sessions. I think that's also like part of like getting warm. Like I just want to make clients feel really comfortable with it, really. That when they do come to like doing the takes, then they're there ready to go for it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Definitely. So what does it entail? So if somebody was coming for a voice reel or for a vocal reel, like talk us through the process.
Okay, so the vocal reel package includes 4 songs. So 2 of those will be full tracks. So you can come and record the whole song so you can go away with that full track. The other 2 will just be 2 snippets, so like 30-second snippets. From your 2 full ones, we'll merge those together with the other 2 snippets. So in total, you've got a vocal reel with 4 different tracks in it, all around 30 seconds to 1 minute on. And I'd always suggest people getting like 4 different genres in there, just so it can really kind of show like a legit musical theatre style, a contemporary musical theatre style, a pop rock, and then I guess like a character piece or something that's just really going to show you off as that 4th one. I guess the main priority of the whole reel is to show you off in different styles, so you can really go out there and show yourself off to casting directors. Say you're up for Les Mis, you've got your legit musical theatre, or if you're up for something like Hairspray, you've got like a more of an old school pop song in there, just so you can really demonstrate what you can do, I guess, is the whole point of it.
Yeah.
So the vocal reel package includes that, and then we also record 1 video from the 4 tracks as well. So again, you've got something to demonstrate your performance skills in front of casting directors, and you've also got a bit of media on your spotlight profile as well, so they can actually see you perform, see your acting skills as well.
Yeah.
So that's what the session entails. In terms of like the preparation for it, I'd always suggest obviously going through it with your singing teacher like yourself, just making sure those songs are completely nailed down, so then you can absolutely maximize the session as much as possible. I think preparation is probably the biggest thing in terms of coming to your vocal reel, because you just want to know those songs inside out, back to front. And the other biggest thing I'd always suggest to everyone is just recording yourself over and over and over again on your phone, just so you can keep listening to it back. So then when you come into the session and you're not like, oh, is that what I sound like? Like, just because the amount of people don't realize that's what they sound like. Whereas I feel like if you're continually recording yourself once a week, I'd even suggest it to people who aren't coming to record a vocal reel, just so they can really get used to hearing themselves and start to like really enjoy their voice. Because I always think that's like quite like sad in a way if people can't like hear themselves sing. Like I even get it when I hear myself do a voice note on WhatsApp. I'm like, God, is that what I really sound like? Oh God.
Yeah.
But it's just because you're not used to it. Whereas I feel like if everyone, like if singers record them weekly on a weekly basis, I feel like you really start to get used to it and you start to enjoy it a little bit more. So preparation is absolutely the key. And then in terms of day, so clients come to me, they're free to do a warm up first if they've got any specific ones they like to do, which is absolutely fine. There's no like time pressure or anything like that. I'd always suggest like if they want to go through stuff like in certain like warm up exercises or anything like that, they're more than free to do that. And then we'll start to go through each track one by one. So the first one I'd always suggest is doing something that one of the songs that I'd suggest is doing first is the one that they feel most comfortable with. Not necessarily their easiest sing, but the one you feel like, you know what, I know it's one inside out, back to front, like feel really good, positive about it. Let's go for that one, just to settle them in a little bit. And then we'll sing that through in full like a few times, just to really get used to having the headphones on, recording, hearing yourself back through the headphones. I think that's really important. And then we'll start doing loads and loads of different takes. So we'll just break the songs down. So do like the first verse, keep doing a few takes of those, make sure we get the best bits, and then just work our way through the songs. I mean, there's no kind of like time pressure or making it like, it's got to be in one take, that's it. No, it's like, I want it to be a nice experience for everyone. So just singing it through. And I mean, if we've got to do the end note of astonishing 20 times, then it's great. We can do that. Do you know what I mean? Like there's no time pressure. And I guess at the end of the day, I want it to be amazing for clients as well, because I want to post it on my Instagram as well. So I want it to be just as good for clients as I want them to walk away happy, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely.
So once we've recorded 4 songs, we'll merge all the best bits all together into the reel, and then we'll also pick one to do for the video as well, and then we'll record that. That's kind of it, really.
So what do you recommend people do beforehand? So in the preparation, you mentioned getting together with a singing teacher. Like, I'm guessing everyone finds their own tracks. Do you recommend a specific type of track or somewhere to get tracks?
Yeah, so in terms of preparation, I'd say the key is just to nail those songs inside out, back to front. So you just feel so comfortable with them. Again, recording them before on your phone, just so you can really hear yourself back. So then when you come in, you first listen to yourself back, you kind of know what you sound like already. In terms of backing tracks, I mean, I always suggest to people ask me first, because over the past 9 years, I've got so many. I've pretty much got every track possible going. So always ask me first. However, I work with the accompanist. And I've actually got a discount code that all of my clients can use with him. And he's great. He's got so many tracks, like all like the unknown stuff he's got. And you can also send sheet music if you want specific cuts recorded and stuff like that. So yeah, the accompanist is great.
If you could give one piece of advice to singers either coming into you or thinking about coming into you, what would it be?
It would be, don't do any song that you don't feel 100% comfortable with. I think if it's a case that you really want to demonstrate this song with this crazy top note at the end, if you can do it 9 times out of 10, done, bring it 100%. But if you can only do it one time out of every 20 times you do it, then I would suggest there's no point, because you'll only end up getting stressed in the session and then like walk away being like, oh, I just wish I could hit that note. But that's my biggest advice to anybody. Just come with really grounded songs that you know you can do all day long, every day, and you'll walk away really happy.
Yeah, I mean, you sing it multiple times as well, don't you? So it's got to sit in your voice in such a good solid place that you can sing the same thing 6 times and your voice isn't going to get knackered out.
Yeah.
It's kind of, I guess it's similar to an audition. Like if you wouldn't take it in an audition room, if you'd go in an audition and be like, oh, there's a 50-50 chance of whether I'm going to hit that note, that you wouldn't risk it. So don't do it in a recording studio either.
100%. 100%. Completely. And I guess with the song choices, just do what you're going to be cast in. There's no point bringing a legit song if you're never ever going to do a legit show. And then also just bring songs that are really going to show you off. The whole point is just to make sure that you are sounding on point, so you literally want to walk away and be wanting to share this with every single person that is walking down the street. You want to be so proud of it. And I guess that's what you really want to bring, songs that are going to show you off and demonstrate you in the best possible light.
So what's your favourite thing about recording, about the whole session?
So I guess it is meeting new clients all the time and then just having fun with them in the session. I think that's one of the most important things. Like if you're having fun, they're going to be having fun. And then collaboratively, you're just going to end up with a really good finished product, I think. And then making sure that they're walking away 100% happy, that they really are going to want to go away and share that vocal with everybody. Because that's my priority, and I guess that's the client's priority as well.
Definitely. I mean, the whole point of getting like a vocal reel done is so that you can share it with the world. So you can be like, look, this is what I can do. This is what I do. This is who I am, without physically having to do it every time you meet somebody. It's such an awesome tool to have, to send out to agents if you don't have one, or for your agent to have if you do have an agent. It's a great tool for casting directors because they can hear and see what you sound like and how you perform and stuff, which is great. I also think it shows a little bit as well, like where you feel like you sit in the industry. So it kind of hints towards your casting as well, which is, there's so many reasons to get one.
No, completely. I mean, I did last lockdown, I did quite a few Instagram lives with different casting directors and stuff, and did one with James Pearson, and he was just saying how valuable it is to be able to, especially for grads, how valuable it is to be able to hear someone instantly, see someone instantly, rather than just trying to gauge their performance skills by credits. And it makes complete sense, you know what I mean? Because if you are a grad, you're not going to have the credits there. So how are they supposed to understand what you're like as a performer without physically seeing something or getting you in a room? But I mean, I guess the chances of trying to get every single grad, I guess now from 2020 and 2021 in a room together to see, it's just very hard. So I guess that's why everyone is desperate to get footage together, so you can really show yourself off in the best possible light.
Yeah, definitely. I think the more you can sell yourself nowadays, absolutely go for it, especially in the world that we're in at the moment with everything that's happened over the last over a year now. But you need to have all these things so that if you're not going in person, which we haven't really been in person until now, things are sort of gradually edging back towards normality, but still a lot of first rounds are self-taped and things like that. So having that is just gonna help you out every time.
Yeah, completely. And I also think having it ready for when it comes around, like those things come around, or even like a corporate gig and they suddenly want a little audio track or a video of you performing, you've got it there ready to send off. Rather than coming and stressing and needing one desperately, and then you're rushing to pick your songs. Whereas if you take the time, get it ready, you're going to walk away definitely something you're proud of and wanted to share.
So you mentioned earlier about you love hearing everyone singing different songs, or even when people sing the same songs, everyone sounds different because everyone's completely unique, got a different approach, different sound and style and everything. What are your thoughts on overdone songs, or songs that maybe a lot of people choose to sing? Do you get a lot of the same songs, or what are your thoughts on that?
I think this is always a big worry for someone, isn't it? Or people, because they feel like, oh, I don't want to do a similar to someone else who's already got exactly the same songs. I want to stand out, I want to get unique choices. I guess the trouble is that as much as you want to have a unique reel, at the same time, you want to be able to connect with people. It's like I did a video with an Instagram live with BBM, Becky Barrett.
Oh.
And it's so funny. Everyone's got completely different opinions. But her opinion was that she really wants to obviously connect with songs. So she likes to hear songs that she likes, and they generally are like the more popular songs. Whereas I guess other people's view will be like, I want to hear unique songs, and I don't want to hear the same songs over and over again. If I'm a casting director and I'm listening to vocals all day long, I don't want to hear the same songs over again. So I just personally think you've got to go with your gut, whatever you feel like works entirely for your voice. If you think you are going to be like completely cast in a specific role and there is a song there which suits you down to the ground, it's going to show you off in the best possible light, a casting director is going to listen to it and feel like, you know what, he's absolutely nailed that. I can envisage that person by the headshot, their vocal role in my mind now, completely in that role. They're going to bring you into an audition, right?
Yeah.
Just think that's what you've got to go with. Whatever you feel like you're going to be cast in, whatever you feel like you sound absolutely brilliant in, that's what to go for.
Yeah, definitely. I guess it's similar to an audition, isn't it? If you would take it in an audition, take it to your vocal reel and vice versa. And if it's a song that somebody else has sung, then somebody else has sung it. Like it doesn't mean that you then need to change what you were singing or what you planned on singing because you heard someone else do it. I know I have quite a few when my students come in to prepare for vocal reels, they'll often be like, oh, well, I haven't heard this one that much on some people's reels, but I've heard this song quite a bit. Yeah. But actually, if you sing that song better, sing that one. Like, it doesn't matter if 5 people have just sung In My Dreams from Anastasia. Yeah. It doesn't matter if you sing it really well.
Yeah.
Do it anyway.
Yeah, completely.
Do you get a lot of returning like clients? Do people come every couple of years or every sort of 5 years, 10 years? Like what?
Yeah.
How often do you recommend people like come to refresh their reels? Because obviously you're always changing as a performer.
Yeah, completely. Yeah, and absolutely. I literally had a girl yesterday who's just finished a Hairspray tour. So I recorded her reel when she was in 3rd year at college. She's been away doing the Hairspray tour and then has come back to update her reel now. It's lovely. I love it. I love seeing people again when they come back in, and like things like that is great. Like going from 3rd year, going away, doing a job like brilliantly, and then coming back and update. I love that. And I guess it's completely individual. If someone's got a reel that they're still really happy with and still really working for them, then I guess there's not necessarily a need to update the reel. But if you're wanting, you feel like your voice has really improved over the past couple of years, you want to demonstrate different styles. Like I said, if you've changed in terms of your castability as well, then I guess you want to demonstrate different things to different casting directors as well. So yeah, it's always lovely seeing our clients come back again and catching up with them and seeing what they've been doing. So yeah, I love that side of things.
Yeah, that's cool. It's obviously, I mean, it's a good reflection on you and what you do as well. Absolutely. I think the fact that a reel can last you a long time, but also you can go back and refresh it. I think both of those things show how great you and Singing Demos is and are as a vocal reel and voice reel company. So you have people come in, don't you, and do their vocal reel and voice reel at the same time?
Yeah, completely. And I guess they've kind of got a bit crazy this year, the voiceover reels as well, because so many people have been working still as a voiceover artist still throughout this lockdown period. Like, it's been great if people have got setups at home that they can do. So yeah, I offer a vocal reel and voiceover reel package. So you actually save quite a bit in terms of doing the voiceover reel at the same time. But it just allows clients to then go away, and they've also got a voiceover reel to then go out and obtain voiceover work at the same time. So yeah, recording around 6 different adverts, different styles, and they're like a kids TV one, a TV continuity one, and a more like a sad charity kind of advert, a bank. So just trying to, again, similarly to the vocal reel, trying to throw some different mixes in there. Mm-hmm. So again, you're able to go out and put yourself forward for different styles of voiceover work.
Yeah. So do you do it a certain way? Do you do like a vocal reel and then the voice reel, or do you record the voice reel and then the vocal reel?
I always go, I mean, there's no right or wrong way, I guess, of doing it, but I've always just, since day one, gone for the vocal reel first because I feel like that's the most stressful thing to people. So I feel like that kind of like gets it done out of the way and then can have a bit more fun and chill out a little bit more for the voiceover reel.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
cool.
I think like you want your voice to be on it as well for the vocal reel. So then getting the singer stuff out of the way, you can then like do some crazy random voices for your voice afterwards.
Yeah.
You don't want to knack your voice out doing crazy kids TV adverts and then have to sing straight after. So I've just always found that's the best way of doing it.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. Okay, so last question is kind of well, it's not related to vocal reels, to singing demos, or anything really. It's just a fun question that I would like to ask you. If you could have anyone over for dinner, anyone in the world that's alive or past, who would you have dinner with?
It's really sad. Holly Willoughby.
That's so sad. I love that. She is a ray of sunshine.
I think she would actually be, I would just like to see her drunk because I feel like you'd have a really like crazy night.
Yes.
I just feel like she's very sweet and innocent on telly, but she's definitely got a crazy side to her.
Yeah.
So yeah, Holly Willoughby, that'd be fun.
Cool. I love that. She's very down to earth. She's very cheery, but I get what you're saying. I can imagine she is a hot mess when she's had a few drinks.
Yeah, completely. Who was yours?
Oh, I don't know. That's a really hard one.
But
I've not thought about it back at me. I'd have to have a think. I don't know. There's so many people, isn't there? Like I'd love to have dinner with like Freddie Mercury or I don't know. Could I have the entire cast of Friends?
Yeah, you've really put me to shame there with my choice.
No, your choice is great.
Like Freddie Mercury, yeah, proper legend. I'm like, aren't you Hollywood?
Yeah, but Holly Willoughby is a household name and everyone loves her. She's an absolute icon, and yeah.
Maybe dinner with Holly Willoughby with Freddie Mercury on the piano. Now that would be a good night, I reckon.
Yeah, literally a show from Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
I'd love that. Cool, awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me, Mitch. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Hopefully as well, there's some information that if you're watching this that you can take away, or hopefully we've answered some questions that you might have. And if you do ever have any questions, then please do reach out. I can always get in touch with Mitch, or you can get in touch with him directly as well to ask any questions that you've got surrounding voice reels or vocal reels. And have a lovely rest of your day. If you did enjoy this, then give us a like and subscribe to my channel as well. We've got more episodes coming and more special guests as well from within our industry. So hopefully you can join me for the next couple of episodes, and I will see you soon.